about that. Anyway, Hee Boon has made all his negatives around him to become more positive and shared his diagnosis and experiences and feelings with the rest of the world through his blog. Hee Boon's experience was rich in the best of times and worst of times. I personally found his blog very informative and enlightening. For example, in the phase where he was so reluctant to have his treatment, finally he comes here breathless. Vivian was with him. He had to take this medicine called Eresa, and 2 days later he was walking in his house. And when he came back and told me how dramatic it was, I told him this is what we call the Lazarus effect. And he goes back and checks the book, and he sends me an email. You know what's Lazarus? I said, I do not know. It's from the biblical term that people are brought out of death. And that's the first time I ever knew the meaning of Lazarus effect. And this is what I learned from his blog, which I always, from time to time, go through it, because it's a human part of it, the day-to-day human part of things that you can see in it, the frustration in everything. Hee Boon has actually attempted to educate his readers and has advocated cancer is not to be feared. Actually, he always tells me he doesn't fear death. He shared his stories about his triumphs and his joy. I feel Hee Boon has done a fantastic deed. And one of the ways to fight these fears of cancer is to educate the patient and the families and the concerned friends. One should talk with them and outline the treatment processes, and this is a very emotionally charged period. And as healthcare professionals, we have to try to live up to the expectations of the patient and we try to walk through the difficult times. And I'm proud to say at NCI, cancer is not fought alone. Patients' healthcare needs and concerns are the epicenter of our team. Beyond that, family support is something no one can do without. Look at what Hee Boon's family and his friends have managed to do with this amazing blog. I do not think if we didn't have this combination of people, we won't be here today, because that's not one easy deed to go through to make this book come out. To Madam Gan and Vivian, I had observed that both of your resolve and support was great inspirational for Hee Boon in his last days. Without the support of the family, it is very difficult to go through this. Let me go to this. This is what I wanted to prepare anyway. One of the things is that I like to say about what is outside my immediate family. I am known as the ultimate nice guy. I'm a perfect UN guy. But there seems to be a more he says if cancer is the price I have to pay so that my mom and my sister sees another side of me, believe or not, I say it is worth it. And I think I will go through some of the good things about what happened to Hee Boon on his birthday. This is Sharon. Then our dietitian Sharon prepared the morning soup for his birthday, and I told Hee Boon, let's go down and look at our triology machine that Dr. Silva has brought in from America, which is the 9th in the world. Let us go down and have a look at the machine. It's just arrived, but actually we are taking him to the birthday party that he's going to have. And this is the people, the team in Nilai, and this is Dr. Silva, the man who brought up this place. This is the cook that Hee Boon acknowledges in his blog, because all his diet is prepared by this guy. He's no more here. And of course, this is the birthday card that this is something that we do for most of our patients who are very, very ill with us on their last days. I think cancer brings out a lot about things. I'm sorry, just take 2 slides out from here. I'm not sure many of us would have come across what you call the last lecture. I mean, this is a 42-year-old man who's dying of pancreatic cancer. And he's a celebrity. He came out in what do you call our lot of top shows. He's basically documenting what he should leave behind for his children. I mean, cancer is so emotional that patients will bring the best of it, reflecting of all the things they have done and what they could have done different. And so is this guy. I'm sure the biologists will know about him. Stephen J. Gord was an influential evolutionary biologist who taught in Harvard for more than 30 years. He wrote so many things about it. But what he wrote best that sticks around is that the media isn't the message. It's the wisest but the human thing ever written about cancer and statistics. He says that doctors like me love to pronounce death on patients, unfortunately. Unfortunately, when a patient comes to see me, like Hee Boon, the first thing I will tell him is that after I tell him his treatment plans, I always make it sure that this message has to go. But I'm terribly brutal. I will say if we have 100 patients with me today, only 50 will cross 7 months. This is what I told Hee Boon. Only 50 will cross 7 months, 35 will cross 1 year. If we're lucky, 10 will cross 2 years. But Hee Boon lived for more than that. But you see, what I am saying is the median curve. And this is what we doctors have to say. We have no choice. We become so brutal, we have to tell our patients what is it all about. But now, this gentleman who was taught in Harvard, treated in Harvard, was told that he has only 8 months to live, but he lived for more than 20 years. So we hope all our patients would be able to go to that. And with that, I will end my talk and on to the next.
Thank you very much.